So I had this whole plan for this video, and then I went into the kitchen and my flatmate was in there and I was going to get a glass of wine, and I thought, yeah, you know what, I'm going to be sophisticated, studenty, gonna have a glass of wine. Went into the kitchen, my flatmate was in there, I was like, this is too awkward to explain why I'm drinking a glass of wine by myself in the middle of the day. So I didn't do that, so sorry about that. We're gonna settle for a bottle of water, which is what I claimed I then went into the kitchen for, and a chocolate orange. So I'm sure you guys are aware, I've been at university now since September, and this is my last night here before I move home. It is the 17th of December, well, not move home, go home for Christmas. And yeah, this is the end of term one. I thought I would do a little update, a little Q&A, but also keep it festive, keep it Christmassy, talk about what it's like at Christmas here, and just answer your questions. Eating and filming just doesn't really work. One sec. I asked over on Instagram for any Christmas related questions, any university related questions, any juicy questions that don't come up that frequently, and I thought I would answer them. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, if you want to join in with the Q&A kind of videos, be sure to follow my social media. I ask on Twitter, I ask on Instagram sometimes. My social handles are on the screen right now, but you should definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to up my game, so give me a cheeky follow if you're not following it. So I haven't read through the questions at all. I've literally just turned the camera on and here they are, so we're gonna roll. So the first one that I've seen is, well, beef just went down in the group chat while I was reading that. Has your relationship with your parents or Tom changed at all since going to university? Really, really good question. Obviously I've been here 3 months now, but if you do follow my vlogs, which plug, you totally should, you will know that I've been home quite frequently. Don't know how many times, but fairly often, almost every weekend, because of two things. One, I was super homesick at the beginning. I know, not the best thing to do, blah, blah, blah. We spoke about that. But also two, I am at university in Leeds, and my hometown is an hour away from Leeds, so it's not a long distance, like it's not too far to go and come back again, basically. So I think I've actually become closer to my parents since moving here, which is probably quite strange. At home, obviously it was a given that I saw them every single day. I spent time with them because I lived there and I had to spend time with them. Whereas now I feel like it's very much I want to spend time with them. I go home to spend time with them. I miss them when I'm here. And I think it has definitely brought us closer, but also I think it's just a timing thing as well. Like my mum helps me out so much with my YouTube channel, like honestly so much, and I think I realised that a lot when I moved to uni. And yeah, like she's been a massive help behind the scenes while I'm here, because it's so much work and effort to run this full time as I'm trying to, but also do uni. So yeah, with Tom it has changed. Obviously I've got a lot of questions about Tom, if it's affected us, if it's affected us badly, if it's affected us good, like what kind of effect it's had on that. And I've had a lot of people messaging me that are quite apprehensive about going to uni and their relationships and what they think is going to happen to it, that kind of thing. And obviously it's so different for everybody, but I think we have been fine. I was very nervous moving here. I did think, what if it doesn't work? What if he meets somebody else? What if I meet somebody else? What if it's not right? What if we can't make it work the same as we could in college, where we saw each other every single day? All of my friends were his friends, all of his friends were my friends. It was a very different dynamic, but I think it's just matured us as a couple. Like, I think we now appreciate that we have our own time, our own space, our own friends, but we have the weekends together, and I think it worked really well. I don't think there's been any issues at all. There's not been a time where I've been like, oh Tom, I think we need to have a conversation. It's just been good, basically. Moving on, hold on, I need a drink because my mouth tastes like chocolate. I'm literally gonna eat my tea in like an hour. I don't know why I'm like eating a full chocolate orange. Big mood though. Somebody said, how have you found keeping in touch with home friends while at uni? Another really good question, and something that comes up a lot. I think going to university is the time where you realise who your true friends from school and sixth form really were, because I can count kind of on one hand the friends from home that I have spoken to regularly and checked in with and caught up with and seen since I moved here. I can literally think of like 1, 2, 3, wow, like yeah, like about 5, and then Tom. And it doesn't mean that I'm not friends with the other people anymore, because obviously life is such a roller coaster for everybody. You've got your new friends, you've got your old friends, you've got your family, you've got your boyfriend or girlfriend. There's so much going on, and it is hard to keep up. And I'm not annoyed at anybody that hasn't messaged me, because fair enough, maybe I haven't messaged them either, like whatever. It's just that time in your life. I think this time in your life is when you realise, like, maybe you were friends with those people more through circumstance than through friendship, and I think that is really clear now. And to be honest, I'm kind of okay with that. I know that I have really good friends in the friends that I have and the friends that I speak to and catch up with, and also I have a really solid friendship group that I have made from YouTube, and the girls that I'm super close with from that are always going to be my friends, because we're never going to be like going away to university, because we were never in the same place to start off with. Who is your favourite vlogmasser? Is that a thing? Vlogmasser? Who are your favourite YouTubers to watch at this time of year? Okay, so choice of YouTubers to watch at the moment has really changed. So before, where I was watching like Zoe, Alfie, like all of the main people that I watch, I still watch them, like, I don't know, I love Zoe's vlogmasses. I've been watching Anastasia's vlogmas, I've been watching, well, Sprinkle of Glitter's weekly vlogs. I still watch them, but right now I am obsessed with true crime YouTubers, to the point where I'm actually thinking, is this normal to be this interested in murder cases? Like, no. It's also not very festive at all, but my favourite YouTubers at the moment are Georgia Marie and Eleanor Neal. I don't even know how I found this, like, I knew it was a thing, but I just never watched it. And then Georgia Marie came up on my YouTube recommended people you should subscribe to, and I was like, she looks funky. Watched a couple of videos, got really hooked and obsessed, and honestly they are the only videos I watch through to the very end, no matter how long it is. I'm obsessed. So yeah, her and Eleanor Neal, obsessed. Check them out if you're interested in like murder mysteries, like crime videos, unsolved cases, things like that. They're so good. Have you had a Christmas dinner at uni? No, I think my flat are the only flat to not do that. I'm not really close with like my flatmates. As like a whole flat, we don't really do anything, so no, I haven't, but that's fine, because I got my family Christmas dinner on Christmas Day, and that is really good. I don't need to. Tips for living on a student budget. Okay, I'm gonna do a whole video on this in January, I think, because I feel like January is where people realise, damn it, I've spent too much money in December, and I am not that good at budgeting. Like, I really do need to work on it. I hold my hands up, like, I know. And I'm not the best person to give advice on this, because I don't get a student loan. So all of the money I spend is my own money. All of the money that I'm spending to live here, like all of this is my own money. It's not government funded at all. So I don't even really know how the government loans work, because I didn't apply to UCAS, because I didn't do the conventional like application to university. I don't understand it really, and to be honest, I'm just like not that interested in finding out how it works. It sounds stressful. I'm not applying to UCAS. Wow, that came out really savage. One sec, let me rephrase that. Cool if you're applying, that's really good. I feel like there are a lot of helpful YouTubers. I'm not the one. But budgeting is something that I definitely can try and talk about, because I would say there are kind of like 4 or 5 things that you have to really account for when you live away from home. The main one is obviously food. Food is expensive. I didn't realise really when I was living at home the actual cost of things. Cheese costs so much money, like, and I eat a lot of cheese. So yeah, food, transport and travel. Luckily living in Leeds, public transport is so super good. Getting home is quite cheap, and travelling around Leeds is quite cheap. But if you're somewhere where it's a bit more expensive, that can be a problem. Then there's like socialising, going out. I do think you have to factor that in, because if you're not doing that, I think that you're kind of missing out. And then also just the cost of living, like general things, like I don't even really know, just like things you need that are necessities but maybe you don't want, like cleaning liquids. Who knew that bleach wasn't cheap? Like, not me. So things like that you learn as you go, you kind of pick it up. But my tip would be to try and write it down. I tend to do like a shopping list each week of the stuff I need to buy, and when I'm going to use it, so that I'm not overbuying, because in the first few weeks it was so easy to do that. Somebody said, how long will you be home for Christmas for? I'm actually home for just under 3 weeks. It's not long at all, because my course is a college kind of course rather than a university course. So I'm actually only in until May. So it's kind of made up. The time that I'm missing out on, I get February half term, so I'm off again in 5 weeks after Christmas. and then I get the whole course ends in May, so like it's really not very long, but I'm only off for 3 weeks, but I'm excited for those 3 weeks. What is the noise like at night at university? Just gonna insert a little clip right here. It's 10 to 2 in the morning and I'm vlogging this. Right, you can't see me, so that you can hear how loud it is. Cool. Yeah, not gonna lie, that's one of the main reasons that I'm so excited to go home, is for a peaceful, quiet night's sleep. Like, honestly, I didn't even think about it when I moved here. I just kind of thought, everyone loves sleeping as much as I do. Nobody will be up at the middle of the night. I was incorrect. Everybody's up in the middle of the night. It's not even weird if you go into your kitchen, you find somebody like cooking a full-on meal at 2 in the morning. Honestly, by this point, I would just be like, hey, you okay? I wouldn't even question it. But I'm so ready to go home and just have a quiet night where I can sleep through the whole night and not wake up, because it's not even always the people in the flat. Like, I think it's just living in a city as well. Obviously, you guys know I've grown up in a really small countryside town. There is no noise. In fact, basically the whole town shuts down at about 11 PM. There's nothing really going on anywhere after that. So the only thing you kind of hear is like church bells and cows, and that isn't even a lie. Like, I can actually hear cows from my room at home. Living in a city, it's constantly ambulances, sirens, cars beeping. Traffic just generally is quite loud, and I do live on a main road, but I'm kind of used to it now. So yeah, the main one for me is I live directly under the flight path for Leeds Bradford Airport. So the airport's like 4 miles that way, so when the planes come in to land right over the top of my flat, for the first couple of weeks that was very, like, it woke me up when the planes went over, but I'm, again, kind of used to it now. Let's get some quick fire ones. I feel like I always do Q&As and I only answer like 5 questions because I ramble about random stuff. What have you asked for uni? What have I asked for uni? Okay. What have I asked for Christmas? I have asked for a new G7X because I have smashed the lens on this camera. So currently you can't tell, the actual camera works fine, but the lens is not, like, that's broken. And the screen has fallen off and is taped on. So I was gonna buy it myself, like I didn't have any problem getting it for myself, but my parents were like, oh well, we don't know what else to get you for Christmas and you need a camera, so we'll get you that. And I was like, are you sure? Because they're really expensive, but I'm so super grateful. Obviously I kind of need it to do this job. Any holidays planned for next year? Watch this space. Watch it. Have you felt less Christmassy being at university? Kind of, actually. I think I've been okay because I did go home to put my Christmas tree up, so I still kind of had like that family time. But when I'm here, like, because every single day is quite repetitive at uni, it's like I get up, I go to uni, and then each evening is very different. And I have done things Christmassy with my friends, but it just doesn't feel the same. But I think also just as you grow up, it's like each year is kind of a bit less festive. I've been more stressed this year about what to buy people, and that should not be how Christmas is. Like, it just shouldn't be. So yeah, swings and roundabouts, but there have been some really good times. Like, there have been some really nice festive Christmassy things that I've done, like with my flatmates, with my friends on my course. Lots of Christmas drinks, which has been very pleasant. Honestly, I think uni has like turned me into an alcoholic. Are you doing Christmas with Tom this year? So I am actually going to see Tom on Christmas Day, but I'm not going to like stay at his, he's not going to stay at mine, just because I feel like for me anyway, Christmas is still very much like the 4 of us, and then as soon as we're done opening presents, Tom is going to come over. But we're not really seeing each other for very long on Christmas Day because Tom's actually having his Christmas Day with his family on Boxing Day, because we're going out for a meal instead of like having Christmas dinner. So I'm kind of joining in on his Christmas Day the day after. So I get my own Christmas Day on Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day I get to do it all again. 2 Christmas dinners in a row. Yes, please. Have you got presents from your friends at uni? We did Secret Santa in my vlog the other day. That was with my flatmates. And then actually today I did get a gift from my friend Edwina, and I thought because this question had just come up, I would show you what she got me. So I think this is really cute. It was only small. We just had like a really small budget of I think £15. So the first thing she got me was this little calendar, which I adore. It's just like a 2019 tiny calendar, which will be perfect for university because I don't have a calendar in this flat. Like, I've got my calendar at home but no calendar here, and I absolutely love this. Yeah, she got me this, and then she got me a little book which I think is from Urban Outfitters, and it is a 5-year memory journal, and it's one of the ones where you kind of write a memory a day down, but instead of it being a random memory, it has kind of like prompt. So like the page I've opened it on was, if I could be in 2 places at once, today I would like to go. And then you like fill it in. I just think it's really cute. And then bless her, she's so sweet, she's so arty and crafty. She made me this little, like, oh, you really can't see that actually. It's like a stencil basically, a cutout, and it says, if you can imagine it, you can make it happen. Because if you guys follow me over on my Instagram, that is kind of like my motto. Sometimes I find that hard to believe, like sometimes I myself don't believe in this. Generally, this is something I like to live by. It's the quote I had on my merchandise last year when I brought that out. Is that last year or this year? Last year, yeah. Oh my god. We love a relatable, deep quote. Can you believe also she cut it out of paper? Like, that is so much effort. Thank you, Edwina. And then the last thing she got me was this really cute little pin, which I'm probably going to put on my, I've got a denim jacket that's covered in like pins, and this one says, doing my best. I'm going to answer one more question because I don't know how much I've edited this down. Now that you've been there for 3 months, if you could choose again, would you still choose to go to uni or would you take another route? Weirdly, I was talking to my flatmate about this yesterday. There are parts of me that are really glad that I have done this, because I will always have this experience. I will have always lived in Leeds. I'll have friends that I probably will keep for life from coming to Leeds for a year. And I am partly very glad that I've pushed myself so far out of my comfort zone that physically I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And I am glad about that. I do kind of wish that I'd just done YouTube straight from sixth form and had a year out. The amount of incredible opportunities that have come to me this year through my channel growing, but also through signing to an amazing management, which I wasn't signed to before this year. It has meant that so many opportunities have come up that I've either not been able to go to, not been able to do, and university and YouTube are both 2 full-time things. And it's like trying to have 2 lives, and I don't really have the time. And I'm so excited for when the course ends to be able to give my all to doing what I absolutely love. And I feel like because I was struggling at the beginning, I kind of fell out of love with doing this for a little bit, just because I was in a rut and I didn't know what I wanted to create, and my channel was growing and growing and growing so quickly when I moved to uni, and I kind of didn't know what to do with it. I was like, oh my god, okay, what? And I felt very like just a bit over my head, but now I know that I really want to focus on this. I want to give this a proper go. So that's my plan for next year. But no, I am really grateful that I've tried it out, and I think at the end of the year I'll be really proud of myself for getting through it and sticking it out. And yes, the qualification I'm getting probably isn't going to massively change my life in any way. It's a foundation in art and design. Yeah, it's not like a law degree or some kind of incredible thing where I've graduated from Oxford, but you know what, I'm proud that I'm gonna get it, because at the beginning I really didn't think I would, and here we are, 1 semester down. Okay, on that weird note, we're gonna end this video here. Thank you so much to everybody that asked questions. I have one more Christmassy video going up on Thursday evening. One sec, my camera's gonna die. Yeah, I have one more video going up on Thursday evening this week. It has already been up on my channel because I was an idiot and scheduled everything wrong last week. So some of you that are really eagle-eyed might have already seen it. If you haven't, then that'll be up on Thursday. And if you have, you can watch it again and be a really kind viewer. So that'll be up Thursday night. It is with Tom, it is a collab. I absolutely love it. I've saved it till last because it's my favourite of my Christmas videos. So yeah, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will be uploading again on Thursday evening at 6 PM. Bye!